Yeah, but see, I never seen that part of him. Like, I've never watched the show when he was messy like that. I've seen clips and I was like, dang, he was beastly.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, dang. I understand why Birdman was like, keep your name out of my mouth. I don't want to hear you no more, you know?
A mess.
All right, so we are now live on YouTube. Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Social T Podcast.
I can't see us.
You can't see us? You can't see us?
Not on YouTube. All I see is the Social T Podcast.
Are you on the live stream side?
I'm
on there because I'm looking right at us. So
okay, well, maybe it's just my YouTube. All right. Clicking on again.
Everybody, welcome to another episode of the Social T Podcast. It is us. We're talking about episodes, me, Terrell, Celia, Mike, Sean, and Jen. We're talking about episodes 4 and 5 of Kindred. I'm sorry that I did not put last week's episodes up on the podcast apps. They'll be up this week along with this episode. So I will have those last week's episode and this week's episode up on podcast.
You're a weirdo.
Celtics are up by 1. Okay. All right. So if y'all
they just had to get their life together. That's all.
They did. Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Don't we all, girl? I mean, don't we just take a moment to get it together?
Pretty much.
All right, everybody. What's your initial thoughts on episode 4?
Oh, pick me.
Go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
I don't give a fuck about none of these people. They all suck. The only person that I like is Carrie. That is the
she don't say nothing.
Exactly. Everybody on this fucking show is annoying.
She ain't got a line, she ain't got a word, nothing.
She just be minding her business as she go on. Yeah, I don't care about anybody, and they all suck. And
everybody though, except Carrie, but everybody
except for Carrie.
Everybody.
Rufus is annoying as fuck.
Oh yeah, well we established that last episode.
They don't make you want to punch her in the head on a regular basis. Kevin just is just Kevin. Her auntie, Kevin. Her uncle, her mama's trifling now. I just
how you think? How's the mama? Explain. How is the mom? Oh, okay, go on. Finish your initial thoughts. Go ahead.
Okay, so. Well, her mother's not trifling. She's just trying to save the young girl, and they trying to leave to go to Maryland.
Yeah. And she's 20 years deep into slavery now.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, why I understand, but why can't they all of them go to the future? Why the little girl can't go to the future too?
They disappear.
She's part of that present. She's part of that time.
Well, also too, think about because if she goes to the future, we don't know what her line is.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and she brought back the slave guy, and he didn't actually make it back to the future with her because he doesn't belong there. So
and we don't exactly. He's gone.
Yeah,
the same thing's gonna happen to her.
Yeah,
that's all I got. That's just that's all I got.
So here's my thought. Has anyone heard of Ancestry.com? I'd be signing up for that bitch super quick. Let me just track down my family crap and find out if this damn Rufus kid. Otherwise, I'd be like, Rufus, you got to go. I can't be doing this. You are not
you're talking about
of my line. Yes,
you're talking about Dana doing Ancestry in 2016.
Yeah. As soon as she goes back, as soon as I pop back, I would be signing up for everything. Here's my shit. Take it now. Find out who I'm related to. And if Rufus's name ain't up in there, Rufus got to go. And that's about that.
You know, that actually
and
sounds
all
like a good
that
idea. Maybe she should do that. And
But they're going according to the novel. And again, the novel is not set in 2016. It's in 1976. There was no ancestry.com back then.
Yeah, but that ain't where we are now.
But she's
So
saying
let's use some sense.
if that was her, that's what she would do.
Oh, okay.
Not saying that's what the character should do. She's saying that's what she should do.
They all up in here with internet and cell phones and AirPods. The ancestry that bitch up real quick.
Which also reminds me, the phone never rang.
What do you mean?
In the didn't she have a phone in an episode?
Well, when the aunt called or the
No, and didn't she bring a phone with her in the slavery times?
No, he did.
Kevin did.
Her phone was on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, in the hospital.
yeah.
But his phone never rang.
No, his
Well,
phone
couldn't.
never rang.
Oh,
I mean,
in
the future.
They wouldn't get no reception.
Nobody was
There
calling
were
him.
no satellites
He was
then for
texting his
that.
sister.
Nobody. I just realized there was no telephone.
It's like, yeah, who else do you think NASA was gonna be like, we know where you are, stay put. 1815
We're coming
is
to
a
get
bitch.
you.
Stay
Yes.
put.
Zero bars. Zero bars.
Now that would have been hilarious though if the phone had rung. But you know what? I'm getting it confused with Antebellum, which was horrible. But
Yeah.
But I feel like they're not going about this back and forth very well. I mean, yeah, so again, it's late. I get it. But you know, her idea of getting the supplies, that is a good idea. I would be doing the ancestry thing. I would be charging my phone so that it had service when I jumped back. You're in a car. Put that thing on the charger while you're in the car, driving around whatever hoop-de-doo you're doing while you're there. I mean, the food thing, like, why aren't you bringing some real ass food with you? Why are you bringing almond joys and snickerdoodles? Like, nobody wants that.
Would
No one,
Jim, would you want them to do stuff at Popeyes?
Come back with
on
KFC.
yes,
yeah, that's what she wants. That's what Jen
bring
wants.
some damn
I got everybody
Popeyes and
a
some
two-piece.
biscuits and some
These biscuits are
like,
good.
Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't know,
The
but
Popeyes or
why are
something.
you bringing almond joy and crap? And if you're gonna bring almond joy, run your ass to BJ's and get a 54 box full of freaking chocolate and bring it with you and just dump it there somewhere.
And
Like,
that's all the slave masters
craziness.
need. Who get all those damn I'm a joy
and
here.
she's putting this stuff in her bag,
Like,
and
and they'll
she's
be like,
"Oh, it doesn't.
why are you
It doesn't
reading
fit in my
stuff?
bag." Like,
Yeah, they'd be in trouble. You're reading.
just
Yeah.
You're reading.
Not the
People.
chocolate.
No, I'm not. I'm eating. No, you're not. You're reading. You're studying them letters on that page.
How you know that say mounds?
and Kevin got mouth almighty on him
Oh, you mean
when
Frank?
he's in his own century. He goes back in time, and all of a sudden he's a pitiful mouse. Like, what is happening?
I know.
Oh, you mean
I
Frank?
don't understand it. What I call no, yeah, Frank.
She's like,
That was
Frank.
funny.
I'm like, who the hell is Frank?
Yeah, I was like, who's that?
I'm like, Frank.
Because I thought I
even
missed
when
the
you-
character, but then I
when
thought
you
it was
said
what's
it,
the
I
name?
looked at my text. I'm like, I don't know who Frank is. And then I read my thing. I was like, oh, well, I don't know why that says Frank.
Like, who the hell is Frank? And then I thought
Um,
about the. Oh, did y'all get to the? Oh, never mind. I ain't even gonna mention. Okay,
Well-
so Mike, give your. Oh, Sean, you finished giving your initial thoughts?
Well, I was gonna say the whole I like that episode 4 was completely in the present. Like that was good.
Don't worry, 'cause
And I
episode
liked-
6 is gonna be completely in the past. But go ahead.
Well, you know, and then you get to episode 5 when it's completely in the past, and you're like, ah, shit. Here we
I
are.
told you
again.
it's that what I call like your valley episodes, because you give you enough to get you up, and then it's like, okay, we got to slow you down a little bit. So it's like 5 and 6. You're like, you pick up the fucking pace, like
Yeah,
I'm on, and
it
then
got a
you get to
little
7 and 8. It's like boom, 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 boom. All this shit's happening.
Yeah.
So it does pick back up. So, but go ahead, Mike.
No,
It's your turn.
really quick. Yeah, everybody pissed me off except the mother didn't piss me off. And the little girl that's is she deaf mute?
Carrie.
Carrie.
Mhm.
She didn't make me mad.
Well, she can
She
hear.
was mad with-
Yeah, she can hear.
She can hear. She can
Yeah.
hear. But she only made me a little mad because she didn't say nothing about the boy and her eating cake and all of that.
But you know, that's probably her safe bet. You know what? Maybe she do know how to speak, but she's like, like, nah.
Yeah, she knows enough to get her ass.
I ain't fucking with none of y'all.
Mhm.
Right. Like, you know what?
No.
I'm gonna keep my mouth out of this, you know?
Yeah, everybody kept doing things that were kind of, I know it seemed like counter to what they should have been doing.
Yeah.
No, I was all for Sarah, like poisoning all of them.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
I didn't want to see it, but I was
Oh,
all
I know.
for it. I was like,
And the poison was weak,
Poison.
but
The
nobody
cake.
died.
Remember when they
And the
ate
cake and the frosting.
The cake.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I was like, I'm glad she did it, but I didn't want to see it.
So remember, I
Yeah.
mentioned that last time.
But why she do it a long time ago? Like, I just feel like
Yeah, well,
Like,
she,
why she wait till now to do it?
Yeah.
right.
I think
She thought she
she
was
waited
good.
because Winnie was getting all the favor, and then she didn't want her like taking over her place. That's what she
Yeah,
said
she
when
knew she
when
liked
she
his
came back.
soul.
She was like,
I
"Oh,
I
yeah.
think she did it for the
Jesus.
wrong reasons. I think if she was
Yeah,
gonna
she did.
yeah, she
Yeah.
did it for the wrong reasons. But she should have definitely I would have did the whole meal. I would have killed the family.
Yeah, she didn't kill her.
I
Well,
was
she's been
Make it
trying. But
good
go ahead. What's your initial thoughts? Oh, you done, Mike? I don't know if you was finished.
Yeah, that's my initial thoughts pretty much.
Okay.
Everybody's irritating because they didn't do any.
Yeah.
They were just doing things that weren't smart at all.
And then yeah.
Mhm.
It gets even more. Go ahead.
Yeah.
But you know who was the most annoying? The aunt, because it seemed like the
Oh, my daddy.
Dana's aunt.
Mhm.
I don't know. I thought she was gonna have her committed when she was like, "Ooh, come to the
She
hospital."
was.
No, she was.
yeah,
That
she was."
That was the
Yeah.
point. That's why they ran.
Yeah, one more thing.
So I can't hear you.
The uncle just proved my point.
Still can't hear you.
Mike, we can't hear you.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, the uncle just proved my point. He's I like him
Why?
because
Damn.
he's raw.
Why?
He's raw. He's right. He's a little raw. He's raw about it. But when he talks about the family and what he tried to do to keep her away, keep her safe, everybody was crazy. The way he handled it when he came over there and fighting over the lawn, I like the way
Yeah.
he just shut it down.
Yeah.
And she talking that foolishness, and he just cut through it all. Down to
Yeah.
business.
I will say, I
What?
think. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I haven't seen it the second time around. I kind of understand the POV of where the aunt's coming from. Sean, I was just like you. Like, she annoyed me the first time. I was like, you're not even trying to listen to this girl. But in her mind, she is. Like, she's trying to listen to her. She felt like she's there's a line where she's like, I didn't take it seriously when your mother was, saying this stuff. Now I'm taking it seriously with you. So that's why she thought it was important to have her committed.
But do you think that the aunt actually knows something? Like,
No, I think she's one of what I will say. I think she's kind of that person who like sees things but doesn't see things, like, or she'll hear things but she doesn't. Like, she, in order for her to make sense of something, because she's not gonna get into the whoop-de-doo, magic part of it, or she's gonna be like, oh, you're just tired. You know what I mean? Like, she's been around her husband long enough. He's kind of like, they're kind of cynics
He's a cynic.
right.
yeah.
But also too, you have to. I mean, the aunt's giving the normal reaction,
Yes.
Yeah.
which is what she gave her mother. Like, and I'm for sure her brother, which is Dana's father, probably gave Dana's mother the same reaction. Like, what the hell's going on? But we don't know that because obviously he's dead.
But what I did find interesting, seeing it the second time, you pick up on little things. The reason why the aunt stayed away is because she didn't get along with her mother. Like,
right.
They kind of mentioned, they mentioned that. Like, so there's a bit of, and that she's not wrong. I think she's just trying to keep her sanity, keep her peace, start her own life. She started her own life with her husband. They moved to Cali, and that was just kind of it for them. So in her mind, now seeing Dana, she's just like, okay, well, I'm obviously her only living relative. Let me give this girl the help that she needs. Because I didn't help her mom, and it ended.
Oh, that
and-
I
nobody.
don't know that having her committed is the help she needs. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know either. I
You
don't
can
think
make an
she's
appointment
doing.
for a psychiatrist nowadays. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
But I
you
feel
can
like she's
doc
thinking she's doing the
those
best
things.
she can. That in her mind, this is the best she can to help her. In her mind, even though it's like, okay, maybe not this.
Well, her
But-
thing is maybe she's thinking that she'll harm herself or harm somebody.
Yeah,
else. So then-
Right.
Because she
Right.
doesn't know all she know is you sound like your mama did. And
Mhm.
we didn't get your mama no help. So we're gonna make sure we get your ass some help this time.
Right.
So I'm
But
gonna lock you
we
up to make sure that you don't harm yourself,
Yeah.
nobody else.
right.
Then we'll get you to someone to talk to.
But that's a natural response. I mean,
natural
let's keep it a
action.
buck.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's a natural response.
Mhm.
In real life, if somebody's saying, "Oh, I've been back in time and I saw Harriet Tubman and she's not," and you'd be like, "Okay, girl, okay, you sit right here, right? I need you to stay right here," and you would be on the phone quick. We would all do the same thing. It's a natural reaction. So I'm not
My first
mad
reaction
at
was
her.
like, don't take me with you when you go back.
Right?
Shit.
Oh, hell no.
Leave my
You
ass.
tell
here.
Harriet I
do
said
not wanna
hi and any other
travel.
family members that end up with the Hicks name. Go to
How
Hicks
did you-
Plantation to see who's there. Shit. Let them know I tell them I said hey, but I ain't going.
Mm.
But how did you feel like when Kevin was like, "Nah, I'm gonna be right here when you get back. Like I'm chilling."
Initially, I
feel
was like,
that's a good
"Motherfucker,"
idea.
but
No,
I
I
mean,
feel like that's a good
oh,
idea.
sorry,
I mean,
I'm not supposed
you
to
need
swear.
someone to
I already done
to
swore.
come back to.
Hmm.
Like, he don't need to be going back and forth. I wouldn't be going back. I'd be like, listen,
totally
I am here
forgot.
for you 100%. When you get back, I will take care of you. I will
Yeah,
help.
Yeah.
help
I'd be
fix
saying the same
anything.
thing. I'd be like,
too.
"This ain't
I
my
will
problem."
be standing here with supplies, but I am not going back there because no,
Yeah.
like there is
I'm
no
good.
help for me
Yeah.
back there if you and I get
Mm-mm.
separated. And if you come back home and I get left there, then what happens? Like, what happens if you get dropped off
Mhm.
somewhere else in time? And I'm here for 3 years waiting for you, and it's only 2
Well, yeah, because
seconds.
that's another thing they don't really quite explain. Like they every time she goes back, really don't know how much time has passed.
Right.
Right.
And so it's like one time she goes back, it's
Like
been a
he's
few
gonna
months,
have
the
to
next
go
time
and
she
take
goes
Rufus
back,
and drown him
right? It's like
to get him back there.
You
The
might
next time
need
she-
Rufus.
the next time she goes back, it's like what 3 years and 2. So you don't really know exactly how many years it is when she goes back.
Mm.
So yeah, it's I
Yeah,
thought
that's
the same
scary.
thing too
I wouldn't be
Kevin
going.
when he was like, yeah, I'm gonna stay here. That'd have been my reaction when I would have
Yeah.
done it the first time.
He wasn't wrong
Yeah.
for saying that.
I'm good.
Yeah.
And he did her a solid. He gave her a gun and she didn't even take it.
No, because she had to leave it in the.
That's
No.
dumb.
No,
Yeah,
Take that.
No, she
Yeah.
left
that.
he put it in the refrigerator. when-
can't hear you.
yeah,
She put it in the fridge when the uncle came, so they wouldn't get in trouble.
Yeah, that's why she put it in the fridge. Yeah.
And then I think when Kevin left the house, he didn't grab it from out the fridge.
No.
So
No, he just-
Priorities. You
That's
need,
why-
you need to
catch it
consider
from-
all the
out
priorities.
of the ring.
Well, that's why. Well, you know that because then that part obviously set up pieces of the beginning,
Yeah.
for opening scene. So
If you
know
remember when she
that
looks in
sets
the
all that
refrigerator
up.
and yeah.
So you're at the part
And
now.
also,
So
I'd go on Amazon and order some
You ain't got
costumes.
time.
you don't have time to do
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that.
you do have time because they left and came back and the Thai food was just getting delivered. Yeah,
The
they do
same
have
day.
time. Yeah. So
But-
I'd order it
but-
so when we pop back so that we had clothes to go back and forth with. Because if they go back and forth again and this dude gave him clothes and he goes back in another set of
Oh.
clothes, dude's gonna be like, you owe me money for all the clothes that I'm giving you. What is wrong with you? Like, you get
I
some
mean, you
clothes
can
from
tell
your
him I don't
time
want them
that'll
clothes.
go back
I'm
and forth.
okay. I'm okay in my Nirvana t-shirt and jeans. Like, leave me alone.
So
why are you judging me?
Right.
so okay. Before because I'm trying not to judge because I don't know what
Did you watch that's why I'm watching the episode so I don't go over.
No, I didn't have time to rewatch them today. I usually skim through them to see. I didn't have time to do it today, so 4 and 5. But I know I already know what happens in 6, so I know they haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
Well, 5 is slow.
Well, 6 is slow too, but 6
Yeah,
is
6
slow.
is also very slow,
but then it's also in a way where
it's a setup. It's setting you up for the
nerves.
next thing. Like,
Yeah.
How many episodes are there?
8.
8 or 9?
8.
Oh, okay.
Thank God. But
so
I'm to your
Ginger,
point, Sean. I'm annoyed by
first
Dana
thoughts?
too.
Oh, she about to
She
know
just
you.
makes me want to shake the shit out of her
Oh,
because
don't worry. She's about to know you even more. When
Oh,
you get
she's
to
gonna
episode
piss
6.
you off.
You about
Oh,
to get ready for
damn.
this.
Yeah,
Because
she's gonna
this about
piss
to-
you off. You gonna want to
Yeah,
pull her out
trust.
the television and slap her and pull her
Yeah.
back in and be like, wait a minute, one more.
Trust and
go right
believe.
back.
Her this yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Her action got some repercussions.
Yeah.
What's some of your my initial thoughts for? I don't even know. I can't even get my initial thoughts because I didn't rewatch it, so I don't remember what.
Well, wasn't her
happened.
going in the
4 and 5.
library and standing there reading books? Like, you know what timeline you're in.
Yeah.
Don't be
I know.
touching
There's
stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
make any sense
then
to me.
getting
He's like,
mad-
"What are you doing? What you reading? What you in my library for reading?" Like,
but then getting mad when he's like, you know, you need to be careful. You need to, and she's like, oh, I need to be careful. Yes, you're the one that
and
needs
that's
to kill.
the.
Yes,
But see,
you
that's
need to be
the.
careful.
That's the delusion in her.
That's the. Yeah, that's the 2016 mind of her. Like, I can pick up a book and read it, and it's like, no, you can't.
Yeah.
You don't know that now?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like that Shiner
God,
didn't
God,
like these
what?
people are violent over this stuff, for that kind of
Right.
stuff. They'll kill you.
And they're telling you, even the kids, like, I'm not reading that. I'm sure to read. No, you ain't.
Or they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Who does she
Crazy
think
lady.
she is teaching us how to read? Okay. You don't do that here. Go ahead.
I was laughing the whole part with the next door neighbors.
Oh,
She
yeah.
had me laughing. How do you?
Oh my God, I have that
all
app
that shit.
too.
That wife was talking all that shit. Now the husband knows that she's a pain in the ass.
Yep, because she's getting on his nerves.
And then you was like, oh my God, she told me to fuck off. You go run it back to your husband, and the husband is mad because
You
Kevin
told, yes.
told her to fuck off.
Which
I
is the
think
thing
was
he
mad
wanted to
because
say.
He been trying to tell the wife, like, look,
Mhm.
mind your business. I'm over here trying to exercise. Like, chill the fuck out. Like, what's wrong with you?
But don't you see almost like the dynamic of that couple and then Thomas and Margaret in a sense? It like a little type of that same
like
type
reversal, like
like it's that energy that's there, not the
it's
same
that Karen
in terms of
energy. I want to speak to your
it's not-
manager.
like it's that. It's funny how they're doing like that, like, you know what I mean, like, because that's why I kept thinking, like, I'm like, what if this is the same lady playing 2 different parts?
No,
But it wasn't. It was obviously 2 different actors. But what I found out in the book, Kevin and Dana are married.
Oh, makes sense.
Oh, okay.
In the book, they're married. I did because I started to watch
is
it.
he also white in the book?
I
Okay.
believe he is.
But why couldn't they have been married in 2016? Like, I'm trying to figure out why that.
Because they were saying that that couple, because it was an interview that I was getting ready to watch with them. They were talking about to the showrunner and, you know, why he loved it. And he was like, you know, I've been thinking about this book for years and wanted to do it. And but they were saying that the 2 actors were saying, like, you know, nowadays, because I guess they're the same age in the book, but I guess, you know, they're young, getting married married in 76. But he was like, you know, nowadays it's like you don't see couples, you know, 2 people getting married, you know, being young. They were in, you know, they're just in a relationship and dating. Like, that's not,
And that's
I guess,
fine. And
common
maybe
in
even if
76.
they.
I guess it's more common then. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
I never read the book. I guess I don't know what the ages are in the book. That's what makes me want to read the book.
But I wouldn't have, I don't know, like if they were married, I wouldn't have been like, oh, that's unheard of. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not so unheard of in these times.
Because they could have made them.
Yeah. Or even if they were engaged, like, you know what I mean? Like if you didn't want to like matrimony them up, like you can definitely have them because the way it is now, honestly, if I was Kevin, because they had just they had just met that night. As soon as I got back in the real time, F the Thai food, keep it. I'm not talking to you. Like, right? This is gonna be in the books as a wild night.
Yep, I would have been
didn't
gone.
even eat the food.
Yeah,
So
I would
you
have been gone.
wasted.
Right? They could have brought that food back with them. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm saying, like,
Gone.
Bring
That's
some,
exactly how I
bring
would
some
have been.
good food.
Right.
Smuggle some good stuff in there.
I don't give a
You
damn
see
about the
the
show.
alleged cornbread they're supposed to be eating back then? That is some crazy crap. Like, bring back the
That's
Thai
another
food.
thing I'm thinking. I could imagine how that food probably tastes back then too.
Oh, it looked terrible.
Like, what
I
was
would be
that
so
mush
sad.
made of?
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out.
More mush. It was
Shit.
mush. It was the remnants of the mush from last mush.
Ew.
Ugh.
What's that mush made of? I mean, like, and then I was thinking,
All right,
like,
come on, Salty.
this is the first time I saw the show, and they were eating the cake, and I'm like, they never heard of chocolate cake? Like, is it always like vanilla cake every night?
But I think because chocolate was probably a premium, like
Yeah.
chocolate.
Chocolate was expensive.
Expensive, and it was like a delicacy, or
like the mother's.
And probably was easier to make too. It's probably was easier to make the gold cake, as they call it, gold versus chocolate. What was I gonna say? What else happens in 4?
They just come back
in the present. It was just like they get into the fight.
Yeah.
They get into
present
the fight. They go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And
that's when
when they came back, they was half naked. That was
which I didn't. Were they half naked when they left?
No, they definitely had
right. Were they fully clothed?
Yes,
they were fully clothed.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out when I watched the episode originally. Was like, what the fuck happened to their clothes? But I was wondering. But they had on 1815 clothes.
Yeah,
right. And the clothes don't travel
the clothes don't travel back. That's what that. Okay, no. Oh,
but their clothes travel back, but the clothes from back don't travel forward.
No,
right.
Yeah.
Which is why they need to go on Amazon and order some stuff to their house for when they get back, so that they can have clothes to go back and forth. That's all I'm saying.
But wait a minute.
That's true. If you get your
Prince, think smart about this.
Prince, like, blouse and bring it with you, because that's what Kevin had on.
Yep.
When they gave him clothes, he had the Prince like ruffles blouse.
Uh-huh.
If he brought that out,
and I'll get right back to 1815.
Like,
do you
want costume ball clothes?
Yeah, but Jim was right. The last episode, that dude Kevin.
Yeah,
he is a wimp. He's like just soft, nice cuddly bear.
But I think it's scary.
It's scary.
It's scary to go back inside.
Out of here, man. He's like, well, I just want to tell you that I'm not gonna go back with you. I'll be here for you.
But he really cares about her, though.
Right. Even the most manliest of men would be like, look, I like you and all.
You said that the second that
I was like, I would have been out right away.
Yeah,
you would have been what? What'd you say, Mike?
I would have been out right away. As soon as we got back to the present.
Yeah.
You're damn right. I told
They
you.
They don't even know each other like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they have like a long-term friendship or
and I would have said,
some
don't
budding
even try
relationship.
to come find me at the restaurant. Don't even act like you know who I am.
I got plans and life goals. I ain't got time to be
like T.I.
Yeah.
See me on the street, you don't know me.
Well, see,
you're damn right. That's exactly how that shit will go too.
In episode 5, when they was back on the plantation, they have sex in the room. Like, who is thinking about
that
on more than one occasion?
But see, that's the thing that. But no, you're skipping ahead. Like, that's the thing that kind of gets on my nerves about Dana. It's like, girl, it don't matter that nobody understands that you've been thrusted from 2016 back to 1815. In this time, it was dangerous for Black people. You are a slave. You cannot be up in this room chilling. And then when she was taking off her shoes, that was mad loud. They were just mad loud. Like she's not trying
Like
to
she's
sneak
at her
around.
house.
They were
Like,
acting like
right.
it was at an Airbnb. It was like,
Yeah.
we're go to bed. Woo, all walking hard on the floor and shit. What the hell? You gotta walk quietly. Shh, Master, come and be quiet.
Right.
She ain't no damn
throwing her shoe
Airbnb.
off.
Yeah.
It's like, girl, what the heck?
Act like they can go downstairs and get a snack in the middle of the night.
It's like, I just came. I came to get something from the fridge.
I'm dead.
I don't understand why she,
Any more cake
if she
from this-
knows how to
the
go
dinner?
back and forth. Why
I'll
is she
scrape the-
staying there so
I'll
long?
scrape the ice and all. Sorry, Jen.
Yeah.
Sorry, damn Celia. Jen, you still here?
Yeah,
Sorry,
What
Jen.
did you say?
Sorry.
I said I don't understand why she hasn't gone back already. Like, okay, you went back for your mama. Your mama don't want to go.
Yeah, that's nothing that
Time's
surprised
up.
the hell out of me.
Like
Yeah.
he and her sitting on the bed, like, oh, if we listen to 3 songs a day, we can listen to it for a week. No, bitch, get your ass scared and get us out of here. Like,
That's exactly.
no.
Yeah, but she made him promise not, which is stupid. Promise not to do that to me again. He's like, but that's our way back. Like, promise not to poison me or put me in a near-death situation again.
Yeah.
I was like, hell no, I'm trying to get back.
Hell yeah. Once Mama said she wasn't coming, I'd be like, Mama, I love you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I love you. Goodbye.
Which
I
I
ain't
thought
seen
was
you-
sad.
I
I
ain't
felt
seen you
bad for
20
Dana.
Yeah,
nothing,
now, that's the part
there's
that
nothing
did-
there for her if her mother's
Yeah.
not going. So
Yeah,
why
that's the
is
part-
she still there?
I don't
Well,
know.
she
Because
don't know-
she feels like she has a purpose. Because she's
No.
trying. Because that's
To be
another thing
scared?
when that reminds
Here
me.
every day? No, thanks.
That reminds me
No
of
thanks.
when I was watching episode 5. Was that when her episode 4 or 5, one of them, I think it was 5, when her mother said that basically I'm staying, like I
Yeah.
know my role here. I don't know life in the future. I know life here because I've been here for so long.
Right.
Basically, I'm staying here. So then I'm thinking in my head as I'm watching the show was like, okay, so what's Dana's purpose now? Because your mama saying she's staying, you then feel like you gotta do something. And I'm like, but what's your purpose now? Because your mother's staying. Because I'm thinking your purpose is all right, let me saw my mom the first time. She scared the shit out of me because I knew who the fuck she was coming at me screaming. I go back, we have a conversation, we make this plan, then she sends me back. And then when I go back, now you're saying you don't want to go. So I'm thinking, so what's your purpose? What is your story purpose? And then when you get to episode 6.
Don't tell them.
But anyway, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm like, what's the purpose? But
No.
what is your reasoning for being there? If your mother
Right.
doesn't want to go back, like,
And-
Well, my
and
man is Luke
just
though.
an idea before
Who?
we go. Maybe
Luke.
we like
Oh no,
Very
his cute
family.
self.
who the hell's Luke?
Luke is the black dude.
Oh, the black
He's
dude.
a slave.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the kid's father.
Yeah.
They don't know
Yeah.
that.
What? The little boy?
Yeah, the little boy,
Little boy.
Elijah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's his son. He
Yeah.
says that's his dad.
Yeah.
They explain that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
But
know
he
what you're talking about.
He
They haven't
always
got there
recognized
yet.
Dana when she comes back, though. Dana.
What?
No, Luke. Luke
Yeah.
always goes, Dana, you want to go see your mother? Like, he's always
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
Because he knows he has that. I have a little bit of muscle. I can,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know, get things done, and I won't get in trouble for doing it. And they are
But they show you why. In the
yeah,
other
they show you
episode.
why. They
Like,
explain to you
oh.
why. Well, they explain to you.
So, well, you get it. Once
you
he's
get it.
like,
Once
you
they
get
have
it, you're like, oh.
you get it. They show
Okay.
you explain that. They
so
explain.
what's up with the other the Irish boy?
Oh, that's her. That's
So,
Margaret's cousin.
That's Margaret's cousin.
Oh,
oh,
okay.
he's
the
a
family of
dumbass.
jackasses.
Yeah.
Did you see when
Yeah.
she slapped him at the table?
Yeah.
Because I was like,
Get
wait,
out of
what?
here. What the hell? Get the shit out of here.
Backhand slap. like, Lord have mercy.
She sure did. I mean, that
Domestic
slap that
violence.
Big Mama gave Martin.
Just
and Big
everybody
Mama's
slapping
out.
everybody.
Mhm.
Because I'm Thomas. How many times is
Yo, he tried to kill
he's tried to kill
Rufus
Rufus
again.
plenty of times.
Mhm.
Plenty of times. He wants to strangle if he can get his hands.
He does not like his son. He does not like this
No,
little
he
boy.
don't like that kid.
Straight tried to Homer Simpson and Bart. You know how Homer
Yep.
grabs him by the throat, he be like, ah,
For real.
ah.
Yeah,
That's
he tried.
how
He
is.
tried, man. Woo.
Yeah.
He can't stand that kid.
No, he'd be
At
like, didn't
all.
I just tell you?
And no shame about it either.
None.
No.
None.
I
I'm
like
surprised he don't say I can't stand you, you little shit. I'm surprised he ain't
Probably
said that.
has said it
Probably
in
has.
so
We
many
just haven't
ways.
heard him.
Right about the slug
You
of the kid.
bastard child. He probably called him so many names.
and it doesn't
Because he
seem
was
to
going to
bother
fuck
that
him up.
little boy neither.
When he was going to
Huh?
fuck him up when he was laying in the bed with his leg up in that cast. He was going to fuck him up until Dana came.
Yes.
No. That was
was
me.
about to
That was
jump
me.
on him.
He was getting ready to
No, he cocked
kill him.
back. He about to punch him.
I'm
Gotta
like,
fuck him.
I'm like, his legs already up in the cast. What did he do?
Like,
Give me
what
that
else
fucking
you gonna
bell.
do
He could-
to him? Like,
Give me that damn bell. Give me that damn bell. He was gonna put
I
his
mean,
hands up.
Rufus is annoying, but he don't deserve the abuse that he's getting from his father. It's like, damn.
that's why he be calling Dana like, yo, help me.
Oh. Yeah, that was also Sean. What is your I know you got stuff written down for episode 4. What you got?
I just was writing down stuff like, you know, the neighbors were being weird, the Karen next door. You know, Kevin was scared to go back. What else?
You read that how she took him back on purpose?
Oh, no. You know what pissed me off? Because I had to write this down. So Kevin doesn't tell Dana about the app, like the neighbors app. And she was like, why didn't you tell me? Bitch, we just came back from the plantation.
Right.
Right.
Like, we got
Why are you
bigger
mad
fish
about
to fry than me telling you about this fucking app. Like, are you serious? Are you for real right now?
Like, I don't know, slavery app.
Right.
Slavery app.
Yeah, you
That every time you get scared, we seem to get back to.
Right. God
So-
forbid you get anxious again, you know?
Right.
Take a Benadryl, go lay your ass down.
Right. You
Worry about a
know?
goddamn app.
Yeah, you didn't
Shoot.
think to tell me? I'd be like, well, shit, there's a lot of things I didn't think to tell you because I was back in time in slavery.
Yep.
Right. I'm trying not to get killed up in this motherfucker. Here
Right.
you come.
Because every little inch, because they're still looking at him cross-eyed, like you
Because
strange,
the
you
story-
strange something. You strange
Yeah.
something. And then the story that kind of didn't make no sense. And
And that's what, well, that and his sister was being super weird.
You find out why.
yeah, you kind of do.
He had drinking problems in the
Yeah, he
past.
must have had some sort of issues in the past, just like Dana. I'm assuming.
Well,
that
apparently
was-
they make it seem like Dana didn't have no issues in the past, except for all of a sudden now this shit happening to her.
But I wish I would have known what Dana's issues were in the past. Like, because in the present, she's getting on my nerves. Like, it's just, did she not
Sorry,
know
I guess her
anything about
issue-
slavery?
Her issues in the past, you're finding out now. She's fucking shit
I mean, but her issues that we're finding out now are family issues.
That's
But
why her mom was like,
personally,
"Ooh, well, damn, I'm glad I didn't raise you. What the hell are you doing?
yeah.
The hell?"
But I did feel bad for Dana. Like when she was crying, like after, Olivia told her, I can't come back with you. We're trying to go to Canada. Which in my mind, I'm thinking, y'all are messing up all kinds of family lines. Like, did she forget that she's also from like the future? Like this is not her timeline. Like by taking this
Right,
child.
all kinds of timelines are.
Yeah, I know. I
changed over here.
I don't know if she realized that.
When he
Yeah.
had you
Okay,
never
so
know
I
what
got a
Queenie's
question.
family might have had, or in the future, or what anyone else is, especially with her like fussing with all the people that she's fussing with. I mean, that's the biggest thing. The what do they call it? The butterfly effect. Don't
Yeah.
be stepping on
Mhm.
stepping on something and changing things 10 years down the line, because you do one thing different
Mm-hmm.
and then it changes 17, 18 other people's lives, and maybe
Yeah.
who's supposed to come next.
Right. And Dana's doing all kinds of things, but with these episodes with, we're going to was trying to help Sarah, and it's like, no, you can't help Sarah. Let Sarah do what thinks she's gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, they need to learn how to talk in private, her and Kevin, because their whispers are not whispers at all. And that's how Sarah even came to know about, like, I would have been like, no, girl, we just joking. April Fools, early April Fools. Or something.
Like, what's April's Fools?
You'll find out.
Right. So I got a question.
Go ahead, Sean.
Okay, so the uncle talked about how
the family
dynamic is.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy as hell.
Okay, but how does that?
He knows so much for being an uncle, but go ahead.
Right.
Well,
observer. How does that translate to Dana and her mother, like going back in time? Like, if the grandmother had issues, what does that got to do with Dana?
Maybe it's generational. It just kept going down.
Those are valid questions
Mm-hmm.
that don't really get answered.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm hoping that there'll be like a season 2.
Yeah.
Because they have to answer those questions. Well, they will now because
they have to.
I'm hoping, that they do. I haven't heard anything yet about a season 2.
Alan.
He played in something else. I was sitting there.
He was in Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, I seen him in something else.
Uncle.
I didn't see Top Gun Maverick, but I seen
have you ever seen Pariah?
Well,
that's where I saw. That's the movie with Kim Wayans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I saw him.
He's the father.
I see him in something else.
And he also was on the show that I used to watch called The Grand Crew. I don't know if it's still on.
Yeah. That's the one where they all drink the wine at the back in the spring. I love that show.
What movie?
It's really cute. It really is cute. The Grand Crew.
Oh, never heard of it.
It's on NBC.
It's on NBC. Yeah. It's like these friends that get to black folks getting together, and they find a place where they can sip and drink wine and chill, and it's all about their lives.
And this is on NBC.
Yeah, it came out last year. It's supposed to come back in the spring.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, cool. I was like, are they being renewed? I hope so.
Okay.
No, I heard they were renewed.
Cool. Because it's a cute show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he was one of their fathers, one of the characters' fathers.
Yeah. I like him.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. He has the same tone for every role he plays.
I even like the story the way he explained the little bit of the history with the Phantom where he was driving.
And that's why I was asking the question, because if that was his father, that was her father's mother, how does that translate into her mother and her having, quote unquote, issues?
Well, that's what do you mean?
No, we're just like going back and like the aunt was saying that, your mother was talking crazy like this, but the mother was actually
because they don't really like.
They don't elaborate on it.
They don't.
No,
they don't explain.
But bits and pieces though,
and like
because her mother, Olivia's mother, they kind of alluded to the fact that her mother disappeared when she was a child.
Yeah,
but they try to make it seem like, oh no, she just kind of stepped away from motherhood, and I'm like, well, she disappeared.
No, she back in the past.
No, Olivia's mother.
Yeah,
which kind of gives you the idea.
But what past is she in?
Right, and that's
where's she at?
That also gives you question of when you hear that, and it's like, oh well, maybe she's there. It is like, we don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
so.
Do we also know
it's a little odd of how they do it. Like it's the brownstone was her father's mother's brownstone. There is a scene that you will see that I'm just going to go ahead and just let you know that she is it's a flashback for Olivia, and she just found out that she's pregnant with Dana, and she's talking to Dana's grandmother, which is Dana's father's mother.
Right.
And so it's like it's the way that it is almost like, okay, well, whose line is this? Because it's something that the way the grandmother says is like, maybe that child might one day save your life. And you're like, okay, but you're the father's mother. So do you have anything to do with, with all of what's going on? Or was it,
and that's why I asked the question,
was it Olivia's mother's line?
Yeah.
Or because you don't really get into the Dana Olivia's.
No, they don't.
Except for the fact that when they mentioned that her mother disappeared, but that was it. Like it didn't really, they didn't get into the way they have it written is like it seems like everything is through Dana's father's line, even though it's her mother that's going through it. But it's almost like Dana's father's line has experience with people that are I don't want to say crazy, but mentally
mental illness.
Yeah. So it's I can't wait to I can't wait to see if there's season 2.
Well, I feel like we deserve a season 2 because well, I mean, you guys will have to get through it, but when I think about the last episode when Olivia is kind of saying that, oh, my great-grandfather and my husband's great-grandfather came up together. So it seems like this family was close.
Yeah.
Like they were just a close family that kind of came up together through the generations. So that's probably why these lines are getting a little blurred a little bit.
Right. And that's why I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Ow. I didn't mean to smack you. This time.
I didn't mean to punch you. Stop running into my fist. No, go ahead.
That's what the father should say to Rufus every time.
Right?
Run, Rufus, run.
And that's why I was asking the question because, like I said, the lines were blurred in that explanation between the two families, and it was just weird, and I was like,
Did y'all think Kevin was plotting on killing Rufus?
No, crazy. That was only you.
When he was in the house, he was looking at him before he came out. He asked him some question, and he was looking. So
Rufus is hell bent on killing himself. So I mean,
somebody gonna kill that kid.
I think he's trying to figure it out. Like he's trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
and we need to give Rufus that tea.
Yeah.
No, that cake. He took that cake.
Mix it with some of that cake.
That cake had them thrown up all over the place.
And then go hide him in the tree somewhere.
That was reminiscent of Winnie in the Help.
Somebody had to clean that up. That was
right.
Yeah.
Like I would be like, Sarah, you ain't thought about this? Like you ain't thought about this?
That wouldn't have been funny if they had Sarah come and clean that shit up.
Right.
She would have been like, oh damn, I won't do this again.
Right.
Clean it up.
Gotta figure out another way to kill him so they won't.
Are you serious?
And so I can leave.
That whole episode 5 just annoyed me to no end.
What happened in episode 5? I forgot.
They was back on the plantation. And Dina had had grabbed Kevin's hand to pull him back, even though he was like, nah, B.
And she was like, oh man,
that's messed up. Right. It was instinct.
Nah, he did on purpose.
Right.
Well, she kind of alluded to the fact that she's like, maybe I did do it on purpose. I don't know, just scared. I just need help. I'm like, girl.
But then she troublemaker. But that's okay because he turned around and had sex with her, so he don't care.
Yeah. And he's like, all right.
Yeah, he's still back in slavery.
2 quickies in a night or a day. I don't know.
It was a lot more than 2. I think it just cut it down to 2.
Yeah.
Who got time to be thinking about sex? Like
they do.
A man.
Fuck out of here.
A dude has time to think about sex in the middle of war. Come on,
hey,
she wasn't the only one. He was the only one.
That's what I'm saying, Jen.
Right?
She participated.
She's like, I'm not even supposed to be in this room. Let's giddy up.
Let's hop on away.
She was like, Margaret somewhere.
Like we got freedom.
Yep, let's get it down.
I was just like, really? This is what we doing?
In the land of no freedom.
But But maybe if they do that and add a little like whips and chains thing going on, like maybe she'll get scared and
She'll be in and out of time.
They can hunt their way all the way to the future.
What in the hell?
Ooh, what if she has a baby in the past?
What
She
baby?
better hope she have it in California.
No, she better hope that Rufus don't try and kill himself while she giving birth to some shit.
Really?
Oh, I know.
Wait, what baby? Who's
No,
pregnant?
I'm saying I know. I
What
just said,
if?
what if
What
she? What
Oh.
if?
I'm sitting here. I'm like, oh my god, did I miss something?
No, you
She was
didn't.
pregnant?
missed that.
I was just saying.
They
it's
only
hypothetical.
just met 2 days ago.
I know.
And they had sex 17
Yeah,
times.
that's all it is.
In the midst of watching Dynasty.
That just irritated me to no end. But them having sex in slavery times is.
I mean,
the
well,
icing
people
on
in
the cake.
slavery time. Well, no.
No, but
Well-
I'm saying, I mean, it's different.
It's different.
I'm just still trying to figure out how nobody heard that.
Well, nobody
Well-
heard her taking off her shoes, which was like, clunk, boom. So, like, nobody heard that. So
Look,
the
why
sex
didn't
was okay.
why didn't they just go stay at the Jezebel cabin?
Right.
I
And
know.
that would have been it.
Well, no, because that's Mr. Thomas's cabin.
Miss Thompson, don't.
He
don't
probably
do
was
that.
in there.
Yeah.
So
No, he wasn't, because Winnie was at her mama's house in the Underground Railroad thing in the remember? She brought Winnie to the house.
yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah. That.
Yeah. She tried to get up.
Oh,
It was starting to
wait
lose
till
me
you
there.
see the consequences. Of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, man, you can't be doing that.
Wait till
And
you
he likes
see
her a lot.
the
Dana
conse-
is changing
Wait
storylines. I
till
was
you see
like,
the consequences. I know, and that's what I mean. Wait till you tell them. Wait till y'all see the consequences of that.
Well, it's funny because on Hulu it tells you what each episode is, and I just happened to glance down and I saw it. I was like, it was there. What you want me to do? Not read it? Go, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna read it. No, I'm not doing that.
Mike goes,
I just-
"Ooh,
I just saw it. I was like, oh, okay then. So I
Uh-huh.
kind of knew that something was gonna happen, but
yeah, you just because then it just makes you it one pisses you off and then make you question what the fuck?
yeah.
What
You want to
Like I
be
said,
the
I don't
fly
give a
on her
fuck.
shoulder that goes, see why you should have just been concentrating on getting back home?
and then mind your damn business.
Right.
Yeah, just
Because it
Kevin,
has
come
serious
with me.
consequences. Like it affects everyone.
Kevin,
Everybody.
come with me. Poison me again. Give me
let's
that,
get the fuck out of
give me
here.
that good old poison. We get back.
It's like,
No,
don't
that's
tell me
when
when
you-
you do it
look.
though. Poison me again. Don't tell. I'll be surprised. Don't worry.
But-
Everything you eat, you're like, is this the poison?
What you gotta do is tell Rufus before you leave, don't touch nothing, don't eat nothing.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
Stay away from the fire. Don't climb no trees.
don't climb
eat
no tree, don't
cake.
go swimming, don't do
Yeah.
shit.
I thought he was doing it on
can't-
purpose.
He
I
can't
thought
help
he was
himself.
summoning her back on purpose.
Oh,
But
No.
the cake was something different.
no, I'm trying to think if they no.
He's just a child that's into a whole lot of
He
mischief.
doesn't yeah,
He's a
he-
boy.
he can sense her. They talk about that, but he doesn't know that every time I do something, it's bringing her back, but he can sense that she is, because they talk about that, I think in episode 3, somewhere around there, he's laying in the bed.
He's like, I can see.
Yeah, because he said I could see
Right.
the room that you were in or something.
Mhm.
When she was in the bedroom, because that's when she saw the tree,
Mhm.
and that's when she was going back. Yeah, that's what you look. Rufus, I'll be back. Don't touch nothing. Don't do nothing. Sit your monkey ass right here and don't do nothing to help.
He can't help himself. He's like Jen said, he's like Carl from The Walking Dead. He can't help himself.
But wait,
Mhm.
and Mike, you had messages like in episode 5 that his mother, Margaret, had said to him, maybe it's about time that you get away. He's 12, he's 11,
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
12. Really?
Yeah. Because she's that tired of his ass. That's why she let somebody else.
She only tired of him because he don't pay her no attention. He
Oh
just
no,
shoot
he
her
talks
like,
to her like shit. Get
Yeah.
the fuck away from me. I don't want you. I want Dana. Get up
You
out of
whore. She's like, I'm your mama, Rufus.
But look,
She worried about
nobody
him.
loves Margaret. Margaret don't even like
Yeah.
Margaret.
Just
Like,
really. Margaret's annoying. She really is. She's as annoying as
you
Rufus.
don't like yourself.
But
You know
that's
what I
true.
mean?
Nobody likes Margaret.
Nobody
Yeah,
likes
nobody
But
does.
Margaret, someone needs
that's
to
so
keep
sad.
slipping Margaret that stuff they were giving her in the first episode when she was screaming like a crazy person. Like,
What
She
was it?
know
I
that
know
stuff
it
on the
There's a
couch.
little-
gave her.
what is it? What is it that they put on chloroform? Here's a little bit of chloroform.
They should have
Take
gave
that,
it to
sit
Rufus.
down in the
No,
chair
you can
and-
inhale
and
it like
be
that.
When
quiet.
he
I
was
thought you-
screaming in the bed, when they were putting his leg up in that thing, I'm like, is this kid
And
possessed?
I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, but that was he was all jacked up. Let's put it like then they're talking about draining the blood.
I was like, well,
Didn't make no sense.
right.
I'm like,
but-
he just broke his leg, didn't he?
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, you let him bleed.
Drain the blood.
But the doctor was like, I gotta cut him. Ah.
Yeah.
And he was like, you gonna
What the
rush that
hell?
in? It's like, there's no time. Like, what?
Right.
Time to
You
play
didn't need
with
no
it.
time.
You
gotta
need
wash
help?
them hands.
And that's why people was dying the way they was dying.
Okay.
Yep.
Really?
And that poor lady, I wonder what happened with her feet.
Oh, I
She
know
was
that
just
she
shuffling
made. I was
along.
so
You know
sad
what
for
that
her.
reminded me of? Lovecraft Country, when that doctor was experimenting on all the black people. Remember?
Mm. Well, that's what Thomas. He kind of alluded to the fact. He was like, I can give you her. You can use her for your experiment.
Experiment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he experimented
Yeah.
on her.
Because
That'll
she has a foot problem, so you can figure out what her foot
Right.
problem is. But I'm like, all that hacking and
No,
coughing,
he gonna
he's
kill
probably
that.
gonna die before he get back to his office.
Right.
Shit.
Mm.
Because
And
he
she
was
gonna be stuck
already
out there in the
drinking.
woods with heavy ass feet and a dead doctor. But she
Mm.
gonna think that she killed because he's hacking and coughing all over the damn place.
Mm.
I
His
have a question.
gross
I have a question. The plantation that they're on, does it have an address?
I don't know.
Because I'm just wondering, like when they were talking about, oh, maybe it's the house, like where the hell, like wouldn't you, when you go back also, wouldn't you be like, let me see if this address is
Oh no,
in the history somewhere?
because they were in California and the plantations
Yeah.
in Maryland.
Yeah.
That
No,
doesn't,
she said
yeah,
no.
but
They said
it's-
they're going to Maryland.
I thought it was in the
right, they're
Carolinas.
going to Maryland.
Yeah, they had
No,
shipped
they're on-
one of
they're
them.
in
They shipped the
Maryland.
one girl to the South Carolina, but Olivia said we're gonna go up to Maryland. So I'm thinking it's somewhere in the South.
No, she said we're gonna go up to Canada.
No.
This is at Maryland in Canada,
Yeah, she said Maryland, then Canada.
I believe.
I gotta watch it
Now
So
again.
I
we
gotta
don't
watch
even
it
know
again.
what state they're in currently.
Because I was no,
They're in
because-
Maryland. No, we do know. Like
Yeah,
the
because
setting
she
is
said
that
that
they're
the father was
Maryland.
in the father and she because Olivia said when she first got there, she said she heard what was it Eastland Marion or something like that.
Yeah,
That sparked her. It piqued her interest because she heard that with her Dana's father talking about that's where his family came from. So that's where she said she knew where she was at. So, but you also too got to remember if they say Maryland, it could be like they can be in a town in Maryland, but when they say
Right.
going to Maryland, they're going like to quote unquote in town. So that means they could be going to like Baltimore and they say we're going to Maryland, even though they're in Maryland.
I would still want to know if there's an address though.
Yeah.
Like, just to research if there's any history written anywhere about that house or about the people that
Yeah,
lived
right.
on
It
that
is
Yeah, 'cause
plantation, or
because
you know
I
what I
did
mean?
think
Like you
about
could get
that. Yeah.
some kind of information about where you are.
Mhm.
Come on.
I mean, it didn't really seem to matter because it wasn't like she was trying to leave anytime soon. She wasn't
sure
trying to
wasn't.
hold it back into,
Yeah, that
history.
don't even
into
make no
future.
kind of sense. I don't even understand that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she didn't like the feeling of choking and almost dying, so she made him promise not to don't ever do anything like that to me again.
Yeah, promises were made to be broken. I'd be
Yeah.
like, listen, I ain't got no money,
That's
I ain't got
true.
no clothes, I ain't got a place to stay. I gotta listen to this crazy
I'd be
Lady
scaring her
Margaret
every chance
chasing
I
me
got.
around the house. Like, no.
I'd be like, Master Tommy around the corner. I'd be scaring her every chance I got so we could go back in the future.
Yep.
I really would. I'd be like, oh, the sea monsters, everything. Everything I would be scaring her.
Like, here's a tree branch. Just a tree branch.
jumping out of bushes. Ah!
I mean,
Yep.
if you think about it, all he literally has to do is go running like back to her or something and just be like, oh my God, they found out, like they're gonna come kill you. We have to go now, and just pretend to run and she'll zap them all the way back. You don't even have to actually hurt her.
Just go to
You just
Rufus
have to
and Rufus
make her think that something bad is happening.
or just go to Rufus and say, pretend to kill yourself.
Or be yourself. Go ahead and play.
Yeah, be yourself.
Be
So I can go
yourself.
back.
How to play.
So I can go back.
He'll get hit by a horse or something.
That was smart.
Because
That
my
was
first
smart.
thought when I got, but you said get hit by a horse. Road rage.
Outrageous shit that
Can you
happened.
imagine?
He got kicked by a
Can
horse.
you imagine
Shit.
a horse and run? Oh, we got a horse and run here on the plantation. Horse hit Rufus and ran.
I mean, they would trample him, but
Fucking horse and run. We got a horse and run here. Just hey,
And Thomas would come out like, this damn kid.
get up and stop at it and being a nuisance. Stop being a
Knock it
nuisance.
off.
he wanted to kill whatever Rufus set the house on fire. I'm gonna kill that kid.
The
I'm gonna kill that kid.
father, like, hates him.
His daddy can't stand him.
Yeah, I don't know why.
But they're so good that they're good actors. I have to say,
But I
they're
think-
good fucking actors, man.
I will
Oh,
say
yeah.
that. Yeah, you're right.
Even that kid.
It ends. I think the father really is real upset about his wife dying, and he's got to settle for his wife that
Right.
he can't stand. And now he got this.
Oh,
Right.
because she
he
got
this
money.
child.
No, he has the money. She ain't got no money.
Oh,
Because they said, remember, the wife's sister was like, "Oh, this is not how we do it on the pig farm."
Mhm. Right.
oh,
So she's poor.
It's so cold.
She's just as poor as him though, because he don't
Mhm.
know how to read. Really.
Now he came up off of what we saw. He found out that information about the dude. He grabbed his crotch,
Yeah.
threatened him. So he came up off that property.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So you got to the he did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
So you would think, in my mind though, you would think that he would be a little bit more, I don't know, like grateful for Kevin, because Kevin gave him that bit of information that he would have had Kevin not
You
told
know,
him.
Kevin was lying from jump,
He
so
was, yeah, he's like the stories you've been
But he
telling.
wasn't lying about that. He wasn't
Yeah.
lying about
Why he
that.
wasn't lying about that?
but I bet you that's not the first time.
It is.
It might have been.
What?
I'm thinking about the brother-in-law.
Or they tried something with somebody?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, probably if it is, it's probably quiet as hell.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you had to be quiet. Then.
But you could look at him and tell. But I guess then they didn't. They didn't have Gator like we do now. So
He like, do you love looking at me? He's like, no.
he's like, "You all right?"
Yeah. Okay. Like,
Yeah.
He was like,
okay.
yes.
He's like, you're very handsome. Thanks.
Here come.
Yeah, thank you. I guess you're kind of cute too. It's like, oh, really?
Mhm.
You think
Thanks.
I'm handsome too? Thanks. Mm.
Mhm. I know.
Well,
Then I was
Kevin
like,
did,
huh?
I'm about to say, Kevin did come with a good excuse.
The first
Well,
time,
no, with the piano lessons.
Oh yeah,
To
yeah.
be able to stay there just in case you gotta stay there.
Speaking
You
of
know.
the piano lesson, that was a good segue to this. Did you get tickets to the piano lesson?
Did I get tickets?
Yes.
No.
You never. You didn't.
I
Get
know
it?
you said you was trying to get him.
No, I never got them. I'm
Oh.
like Hamilton. I tried to do the lottery,
Mhm.
and I'm still like, I don't know
Oh, okay.
how that works.
Because one of the guys that
Look
I
at
work
my
with, he
name and
got
they're like,
tickets.
"Oh hell no!" Like, put Woodhouse back. You know? But yeah, I didn't. I haven't gotten any tickets yet.
Oh, okay. Well, it closes soon, doesn't it?
The 29th.
It's next week. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
this week. Yeah, no, next week.
Mhm.
Yeah, one of my coworkers went. One of the guys I work with went. He said it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, said it was good. Okay.
I wish it was extended, but these are Hollywood people, so they probably like, we got other stuff to do.
Yeah, things to do.
I got.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I keep hitting you.
I don't know why. Don't you realize?
Are you
that-
hitting him, or it just looks like
But
you're?
I did it by accident, though. For real though. I'm sorry.
She likes you, Mike.
Yeah,
That's what she's doing because she like you.
Yep.
Oh, I like you.
She like you.
Oh,
But yeah, episodes 4 and 5 were okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
It's
just
when-
look.
it's when
I
you
don't
get
even
this-
care no more. I just
Get the
want
6,
to
7, and 8.
Sean, come back. I need you to care. I need
Yeah,
you to kind
you
of
gotta
No.
care.
Fuck these people.
Come on, you don't care about but nobody,
Damn.
Sean. Nobody.
Come on, nobody.
Not
The
nary a
little
one.
kids- the
Carrie
kids-
is it.
The kids. What about the son?
Well, yeah, Nigel's a cute. He's
Yeah.
adorable.
No.
The son.
Wow,
No.
Sean.
No, because but he you know what
about
it
the
is?
girl who's being put up in the what do they call that house? The master's house for this little side thing.
The Jezebel
Penny
cabin.
Jezebel
That's what
cabin.
they call it. No, but
Yeah.
listen. Look, she was acting all funky in the cookhouse. Nah.
Wow,
I feel
Sean.
bad for
Damn.
her when they came in and she's like nervous, right? Because they never cooked before, and they're like, he needs coffee. She's like, I ain't never made no coffee.
I know, right?
You ain't never made coffee?
No,
Coffee.
no.
Coffee like the easiest thing you can make.
Well, that's because Sarah's the one that probably makes the coffee. So
I know.
that's why she's like, I never made coffee before. They want me to do coffee. Me?
She's getting trained up to take
Carol
her
looked at
place.
her like,
There's no Nespresso back there. It's not that easy.
I know, but
Oh
coffee.
my God.
Well,
I
because
just-
it's one of those things where I ain't gonna. It's funny. I'm not gonna teach you nothing because
Mhm.
that means that's
one less thing.
that's what
Yeah.
I gotta do that I need to do to keep myself
Right.
out of trouble.
Mhm,
Mhm.
mhm.
So,
And I know
But
what that was about. Yeah.
But then Thomas was like, I knew she couldn't cook shit, but damn, I ain't know she could cook this bad.
Yeah.
Dang, this cake. Dang.
Like, Jesus, Lord.
Look,
what
he
the
ain't
hell?
with her. He ain't with her for her culinary skills. I
No.
mean,
Yeah,
for
Well, he
sure.
said that too. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
But you feel bad for her because you're like, it kind of makes you think, and this is where like the cringe stuff comes in. Like, you know what? She's like, she feels like she's in a good spot, but Sarah also feels like she was in a better spot too, because nobody wants to be out in the fields. Like,
Yep.
that's just the
Mhm.
truth.
right.
Nobody
But
wants to be out
that's
in
on
the
some other
fields.
stuff.
Right.
But you notice when Kevin and Dana came back, and what's that? The cousin, Margaret's cousin, had pulled the gun on them.
Mhm.
Those slaves didn't move. They didn't blink. They was like, doo, 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 and they kept,
Yeah.
Yep, kept it
cutting the
moving.
wheat. They was like, I want no part of it. Goodbye.
Yep.
Yeah. Because it wasn't them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, that's
Yeah,
just
none
the
of
God's
them.
honest truth. It wasn't them. They didn't, okay, let me just mind my business.
Yep.
That kind of thing. Like, that's the kind of stuff. But it's like, I don't know. It seems like when I think about how we've evolved, like people who think, jobs to me are slavery. So you think about people who are like, I'm in a good spot, like this is a good job. It's like, well, I mean, really? If we're gonna,
Especially if you ain't happy.
But I
Mhm.
think, the house workers versus the field workers, they endure different kinds of
Yeah.
physical and psychological abuse.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
I mean, if you
Yeah.
think about it,
They still
even though
gotta
you in the
be,
house
but-
don't mean that you don't get whipped on.
Yeah.
right.
You're
Yeah,
getting
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
don't have
but
to-
you're
But-
getting
Well, that meant that you
What?
probably got whipped a little less than the
True.
people. out
Or
in the
you got
field.
raped.
You
Or-
got raped.
You know
That
what I
too.
mean?
Well, you think
It's
about
still
you-
hell. It's
you
still
wore good-
slavery.
You wore clothes. You were warm. You slept better. You know what I
Skinny.
mean? You got a lot of benefits from being in the house. And
now,
then they did it. They did it on purpose, systematically on purpose, like that.
right?
And so the people didn't unite. The slaves didn't unite. They were mad at the people that were in the house because they figured they were living good.
Mhm.
But at the same time, the people in the house, like,
You get
It's
in there
just
and act
something
all brand new.
yeah, I don't want to be out there with y'all. This shit sucks. So
Mhm. Well,
Mhm.
both suck. You know what I mean?
Both
It's
suck.
still labor.
it's just
It's
a matter
right.
of picking which sucks less.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True. I just, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
whew.
Those are the
Well-
things that made me go, "Ooh, Lord, slavery."
Right.
Well,
Right.
podcast listeners, this was a entertaining episode that we will Well, hopefully I'll get this will get posted. We're recording this on a Monday night. This will be posted on Wednesday. So you'll have
Knock on air.
no, it will. It will. I just been busy with work, and then I'm starting to take classes. So
Okay.
I've been a little busy. So yeah.
He has a life.
Yes. Well, podcast listeners. Yeah. This
Until
was
next Monday.
another good episode next Monday. We'll be talking about episodes
6 and 7.
yes, 6 and
But do
7.
you want?
Or should we
do
just
you
talk
wanna-
about 6, 7, and 8?
I think we should talk about 6, 7, 8. Let's get it out.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
just-
talk
Yeah,
about
let's
6,
do
7,
it.
and 8.
'Cause I
Get it
can't
over
take no
with.
much more.
Yeah, let's talk about 6,
Yeah,
7, and 8.
Sean is
Gotta
about to
get
give up
out
with
of
us.
here.
Yeah, talk about 6, 7, and 8. Get it over with, and then we can. Did y'all see the trailer I posted in the thing
I
for
saw.
the reading?
I didn't get a chance to look at it yet.
Yeah,
That was scary.
Look,
I don't
we
know.
look-
This is
Look, we need something, but you know how we do.
This
We
is-
need
this is-
something light in between.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look,
because
do we really need something like because The Last of Us just started on HBO.
Did you know
So,
that?
I've been
I'm
wanting
just
to watch
saying.
it.
Okay,
I've
I
been
don't
wanting to
wanna
watch
let's
that.
just.
I
all
mean,
right,
y'all
well,
can
It
watch
is
it.
so good.
We'll talk about this on off the record. All right, bye podcast listeners. Everybody on
Bye.
YouTube. Did anybody
Bye.
watch?